Hi mamas, welcome to New Wave Fit. No matter where you are in your pregnancy or your postpartum journey right now, this is where I want you to start. You have to start with your breathing because your pelvic floor and your core depend on it. Everything in your body works as one unit, and that's no different when it comes to your pelvic floor and your core. So your pelvic floor is a group of muscles, and it supports your bladder and bowel function as well as sexual function with your uterus. So I would say it's a pretty important group of muscles. So your breath is essential in activating and relaxing your pelvic floor. It's also essential in regulating that intra-abdominal pressure. So today, I want to work with you in finding out where is your breath, how are you breathing? All right, so I'm going to be sitting up. If you want to, you can lay down. I kind of prefer that when you're working on this because it really helps to just hone in on your breath and you're not using any muscles to stabilize anything. You're just fixated on your breathing. So if you can lay down, maybe put a pillow underneath your head and shoulders if you need to. So I'm gonna have you put one hand on your rib cage and one hand on your chest. And I just want you to breathe. Maybe close your eyes, just take a deep breath in and let it out. Good. Let's take a few more breaths. We're gonna breathe in through our nose and breathe out through your mouth. Again, breathing in and out. Let's do one more time. All right, so I want to ask you, what did you feel? Did you feel your chest move up into this hand, or did you feel your belly and your rib cage move into the other hand? I ask you that because I want you to figure out how you are breathing right now. Many people only feel their chest move when they breathe. And if we're walking around all day only breathing through our chest, for one thing, we're putting a lot of stress on our accessory muscles up here. And sometimes you can become really tight in the traps and the neck around in here. So our diaphragm is there so that we use it, and we actually need to send our breath down into our diaphragm and let our rib cage expand. So when you hear me talk about, breathe in, belly expands, I want you to think about your belly expanding, but also more importantly, your rib cage expanding. I don't want you to only move your stomach, okay? Because then we're not getting the full benefit of the diaphragm and the expansion of the rib cage all the way around to the back, okay? When you breathe in, you want to think about that breath going down with the elevator, all right? You're going to expand the rib cage 360 degrees, okay? You want to think about sending that breath down through your rib cage, through your back, through your belly, and it's going to go all the way down to your pelvic floor, and you're going to relax those muscles, okay? So I know that was kind of a lot based on, well, I usually just don't think about breathing. So now we're gonna think about it, and we're gonna think about it a lot. And I promise you, this just takes practice, and once you practice, this will become ingrained in you and you won't have to think about it that much, okay? So I want you to try again. And let's put one hand on the chest. So I want you to make sure that you don't feel just your chest moving. It may move a little bit, or it still may move a lot. This takes practice. But I want you to focus on really feeling that rib cage expand and then the belly expanding as well. Breathing in and out. Breathing in. Elevator goes down. Rib cage expands, belly expands a little bit, and breathe out. Everything just bounces back, recoils. Breath goes up with the elevator and out. Breathing in, rib cage expands, elevator's going down, belly expands. Release your pelvic floor muscles. And breathe out, elevator comes up, everything comes back in. Okay, so if that was new for you, I hope that you were able to somehow make a small connection to getting that rib cage expansion into your hand here, and maybe feeling a little bit less movement in the chest. And I just want you to practice this when you're at home, especially before bedtime. It's a wonderful time to practice this because it can be very relaxing and you can really tune into it. So sometimes if we are not breathing correctly, that can kind of mess with our pelvic floor, okay? And that's when you get some tightness or weakness or both, and different things going on, some dysfunction. So this is where it all starts. Remember, practice this, come back to it time and time again. Every day, if you can, come back to this video, and I just want you to breathe.